Hello and welcome to iamGEEK, and this is episode 294. I'm Ryan, not joined by my brother Chris today. Oh, but Cadron's here.
Hello.
Hey, Chris is not here though because his wife is in the hospital.
Whoa.
So if you pray for her. So hopefully we'll find out more info what's going on with that, and he'll be back here next time.
Yeah.
But it's just the two of us tonight. And if you're watching on, well, you've probably already seen the title, so it doesn't matter. But if you're watching on YouTube, you might know what we might be talking about tonight. We're going to talk about the new Ghostbusters movie.
Janitors.
Janitors.
Oh.
Yes, we're going to talk. We have a special guest tonight, Joe the janitor, coming in from the old elementary school. Where he takes care of it at night. Hello, Joe. You there?
I'm
here. And we brought Joe on because he watched Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and he's going to talk to us about it.
Yeah.
Actually,
just let me put the Vomol down on the floor.
I get the sawdust.
Vomol or whatever it was.
We were talking about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire tonight, but first we'll get into some news. There's been a lot of news going on that we haven't talked about. Should we start with Disney?
Yeah, let's start with Disney news. That's what people come here for.
Oh yeah, they're like, where do I get all my Disney news?
Hard-hitting Disney news.
iamGEEK.
Yes.
Tiana's Bayou continues to plug along.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it will be opening
soon.
Yeah,
soon.
June, maybe. I think that's what they said.
Yeah,
right?
That's what we said. We said it'd probably be June. So I don't know.
Well, I may sneak on if I'm down there in May. I'll just sneak on to it.
Might as well.
Yeah, I'll just wear an orange vest, hard hat, and just clipboard, point at stuff.
Yep, it's guaranteed.
Just walk right on. What are they gonna do?
Probably stop it. Where's your badge, sir?
I feel like, I left it in the utilidors.
Did you see that they had to change some of the verbiage for it having animated characters or something like that? Because there's there's a frog, that you've seen pictures of probably. It doesn't move at all. So they had to say some animated characters or something. They had to change the way it was written.
Did you see what they're doing with those frogs? Because they're like, if their eyes will follow you.
Oh.
So what they're doing, like in the Haunted Mansion, this where you pass with the statues and it looks like their faces are following you. They just concave the eyes of the frog. So if you look at them, their eyes are like back in their heads, like concave.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it look like the eyes are following you.
There you go.
That's the trick.
That's the trick. It looks like it's moving, but it's not.
It looks like, but it's not. It's just sitting there, and its eyes are just weird sockets with no eyeballs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good. I just haven't really got excited.
Yeah.
About it.
I think it'll be fine. I think there'll be people that love it, people that don't, but I think people will just be glad that there's a ride again and they can get wet or whatever. And I there's probably still a lot of the decorations and scenery that they're going to add right at the last minute, and then it's going to make it all pop, because right now it's pretty dull looking with the trees blend into the background and it's just kind of there, it's nothing exciting.
There's nothing on top of the mountain. Yeah.
You go to Louisiana, New Orleans, it's kind of like that. There's moss on the trees and all that fun stuff, but I think they'll make it pop somehow.
I've never been a big fan of getting soaking wet on water rides anyways, because then you walk around the rest of the day and you're like sort of awkward and annoying. So that's why I'm like, it's another ride.
Yeah, I mean, which is totally fine because that means everybody else will go do that.
Yeah,
I can go over there. I can go somewhere else. I remember riding a log flume one time, and I hate log flumes, but we used to ride it like at Opryland or Dollywood, Mm-hmm. And I remember one time getting to the top of the hill and seeing the stairs over on the right of the chute. I was like, can I just jump off right now? And I don't want to go down, but I did it. I didn't get out. I went down. So yeah, you can't really stop those. That's the one
Yeah.
thing about log flumes.
Yeah.
Once you get there to the top, it's go time.
It's go time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. 1900 Park Fair opened back up, so there's character dining at Grand Floridian.
And I think Tiana showed up, right? Too.
Yeah,
right?
and her new outfit
Yeah.
for the ride, I guess.
Yep.
And Cinderella's there. Aladdin's there in his prince outfit. Mirabelle from Encanto.
Yeah.
Probably
But no
else.
Mary Poppins, though, right?
Yeah, the cast of characters are sort of strange for the Grand Floridian, but
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, not go, I guess.
I guess. I guess.
There'll be people that are excited to see those. Good for them.
Yeah. I guess the big, which we don't have to get, it's controversial, but we can get, I don't care. Whatever. The big Disney news is that they announced they're changing their disability access.
Yes.
Service pass.
It's all the rage.
Yeah.
Something.
Because of people abusing. Yes, because people were abusing it, I guess. Which, yes, people were abusing it, but then there is people that have legitimate issues that, with the verbiage they put out, probably won't be able to get one anymore.
Yeah.
Which means they probably won't be able to ride rides anymore unless they're going to shell out more money, I guess.
Yeah.
And more money, or just even with shelling out money, sometimes that's with the Genie Plus doesn't help with everything.
No, and that's part of the problem too. Is that their theory is that people are buying Lightning Lane or whatever passes Genie Plus, and then there's people that are getting DAS, and maybe too many people are getting that DAS pass, and people are getting the Genie Plus, and maybe that's making those lines super long because the Genie Plus line is really long, and maybe they know the numbers better than we do, right? So maybe they're thinking, okay, if, for one, people are misusing it, right? But two, it'll help make that line look more realistic of who is actually buying it. It's not being oversold or anything. It's just there's all these people that need it that are in there or don't need it, So it could level that out, but I still think there's going to be so much backlash with it that people will just stop going, or it'll cause so many problems and fights and people getting angry at Disney, that they'll change it again. I'm sure.
We'll see. Yeah, because I
get it. So
yeah, I have medical issues that I've used it for,
sure.
And when one time I went to Universal and they said that they weren't going to do it. They weren't going to give me one, and I tried and I couldn't do it, and I just had to leave the park, and I haven't been back to Universal. So who knows? The Disney guy that loves Disney may stop going to Disney just because his body is
saying no,
too decrepit and can't handle it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've questioned it myself about just in general, like when am I going to go next? We're trying to cut back as it is, and everything's just gotten so expensive, right?
Yeah.
And I want to go, and I'm trying to figure out. I've got the Disney Visa Premier card, so I've got all these points. We're keep racking them up, and we talked about going on a cruise, which we could still do at some point.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could use our money for that, but it's like I'd like to go and still be there, but then again, it's like, man, everything's so daggum expensive, and they're going to be here pretty soon. There's going to be things closed down everywhere, it seems, again, and it's like, oh boy, more scrim, It seems like we just got out of all that, and now they're starting over again, with some things. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to go, but I don't know when.
Well, I have a trip planned in May for May 4th.
Yep.
That may be the last time I go for a while.
Sure.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe 2045 is when you'll go next. Will be almost, so that's 2045 is when the next solar eclipse through the United States will happen. It's going right straight through the middle of Florida. So that place is going to be rocking. That's 20 years from now, 21 years.
Gosh, how old will we be?
We will be alive. we will be almost 70 years old.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. At the way things are going.
I know. It'll be probably $500 a day at Disney to go by that point. But yeah, that's going to be a pricey ticket for that day or that weekend, whatever it is,
Yeah.
So
I don't think. Is there any other Disney news? Anything big?
Test Track, they've talked about reimagining it, and it's closing soon. They've announced that. There's, of course, we talked about it on Living with the Landspeeder, that the shooting gallery could close down really soon, and they'll start work on it to make it a DVC lounge, is the rumor now. And then they're starting to work on, we think, because they've filed these permits to put the construction trailers out, to start work on what's beyond Big Thunder. And there's some news about, or some rumors rather, that they're Villains Land and maybe Cars Land and maybe something else over there. And it's kind of weird. Villains Land would be great, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all to be seen or whatever. And I'm sure we'll hear more in D23 this year. So.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Should be an interesting one. I mean, because one, there's all these rumors, and two, they're definitely closing down a lot of things, right?
Yeah, it better be an interesting one after the last debacle, D23 thing they had, where they just announced, maybe we'll do something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And then we should get more clarity about what's going on in Dino Land USA, right? Because
I hope so.
Dinosaurs being closed down to do its transformation, and then the rest of Dino Land to become Encanto and maybe
Indiana.
Yeah. So
dinosaurs belongs in a museum.
That's right. So yeah, should be an interesting one.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, there we go. There's your Disney news. I'm sure there's other stuff, but we'll just wait till next time.
That's right. It can wait.
We can wait. Let's talk Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I'll keep going. You're good.
Burn it.
That's all we can afford. Okay. For those listening and watching, I've said it before, probably.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite movie behind Star Wars is Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters. I've been a fan of my life, or as long as there's been Ghostbusters. I still have some of the old toys over here from when I was a kid. I've got this lovely beauty, my janitor outfit behind me. It's even got a custom name tag on it.
Yeah.
It says Street. I got the cheap proton pack because I don't have tons of money.
But it's still cool looking,
it's
right?
Still cool looking. Yeah. It's just not like
blue. It's not blue.
It's not blue. No. It's not like screen accurate life size. It's like a little smaller.
That's all right.
But whatever.
Yep.
I mean, it's 2024. Things get smaller, like technology. You think they would make it smaller, right?
Makes it smaller and doesn't last as long.
Yeah.
In with the times.
But I had the opportunity to go see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire before it officially opened at an IMAX around here. They invited all these Ghostbuster people out, the Houston Ghostbuster organization and a bunch of other Ghostbuster organizations, and everybody came dressed in their official, well, not official, but their Ghostbuster outfits, proton pack, all of them. There were so many of them. Yeah, and they had amazing proton packs. It looked like came right out of the movie.
Lights and
noises, sounds and smoke coming off of them, and yeah.
There are there's a guy at work that bought the one from Spirit Halloween, and he has had one of our coworkers print pieces off for him to make it better, like to improve it, and he's added a light kit to it, all this stuff. So it is possible to do more to it. You might do a little research on that and see.
Yeah.
So
I need to figure out what to add to mine. Yeah, and I am going to grime it up. I know that.
That's a good idea.
Make it look sort of old. But when I was there, they also had these bad boys. The Ghost Trap popcorn bucket.
Excellent.
It doesn't make sounds, but it does like open up and little lights come on and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. And you said there were 2 versions of this, right? That were being.
So this was a Regal that we went to.
Yeah.
And this is the Regal version. Oh no.
You broke it.
I hit the button again. Sorry. This is the Regal version.
Yeah.
It's got lights on the outside. And then AMC did one that they're both cool. The AMC one has this cool funnel thing that comes out of it. Looks like when the lights come out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you can put popcorn in. But on the AMC one, as you can see here, how the lines go. I'm backwards, but how the lines go on this one.
Yeah.
They're
lined up.
Yeah, they're actually like
diagonal. Yeah.
Yeah, diagonal. The AMC one, it's chevron.
Oh.
So you got one side, so it's like triangle. It's like arrows. Yeah. So they messed that up. So
I wonder if you could just. Well, no, you can't. I was gonna say if you took one of the doors off and flipped it around, but it's got a hinge on it. So
some people have been buying 2.
Oh,
taking one off.
Yeah.
And flipping those 2.
Oh,
so that's a possibility. And then some people have just painted over.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is the one that they had there, so I got it, and I'm happy with it. I want to figure out a way to hang it from my belt, but yeah, there it is.
That'd be cool. You could carry it. Maybe you could figure out a way to add a tube to it or something where you could just kind of hold it.
I mean, it's got the little thing on the back. The nipple.
I have some tube.
Oh,
some tubing that will probably fit over that. So,
just put it in your backpack. Bring it on.
I'll bring it to Comicpalooza.
Sir, why do you have so much tubing? It's for a personal reason. So we got to watch it on IMAX, and let me tell you, it was a really cool experience. Looking, I was on the end, looking to my right and seeing like all these Ghostbusters, watching the new Ghostbuster movie.
Yeah.
And there were people there that if they had the big red coat that was in the commercials.
Yeah. And one little part.
And then at the end, they're just like, why did I buy this? I was in it for like 5 seconds. So that was funny. Yeah. But where did you see it in?
So I saw it at the theater here in Memphis and at the Malco theaters.
Oh, Malco.
Yes. You remember Malco from,
Yeah.
It's local to the Mid-South area. But we did not have any special popcorn buckets, never do. But we did have the opportunity to grab a mini poster, movie.
There we go.
But did not. Like, what am I going to do with it?
You put it on that wall right behind you.
I don't know.
Big empty space.
Over here.
No, other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Could have went there.
Yeah, I could have went there. I probably should put the Fast Pass up there. So that's right.
No, that's where the Ghostbusters. That's where the
Ghostbusters. So we just saw it on a standard screen. There is an IMAX in town that we could have gone to that's associated with Malco. One of my coworkers went to see it at the IMAX. Said it was pretty cool. But yeah, we just went to a standard one. We don't have a difficult time getting tickets to movies. Some places it's hard to get, because they fill up quick and people go to the movies. Apparently people have stopped going because they had this thing playing. This was opening night, Friday night. It wasn't Thursday or whatever, but it was, they had a showing every hour just about starting. So like 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, they had 3 showings that, basically going back to back. So we took the 6:30 and there was hardly anybody, at least that reserved them. There were more people that ended up coming in later, but it still was nowhere near packed, but, which I don't care. I mean, I'm just glad to go. And we have the nice theater seating and the recliners and, all that fun stuff. So it was kind of cold in there. So.
It was cold in there. So I started to say, or maybe the seats weren't empty. It was ghosts.
Right. They were ghosts.
To watch Ghostbusters.
That's right. It was cold.
It's cold, so therefore it must have been.
It must have been, yeah. But it was good.
Ooh. Anyways, okay. So before we get to that, just real fast.
Yeah.
The one Ghostbusters Afterlife that came before this one.
Yes.
What what were your thoughts on that one? Did you like that one a
I
lot?
liked
Or
it a lot because we hadn't had anything good from Ghostbusters in a long time, right? We had the movie with the Saturday Night Live women on it, or whatever it was, and
the movie that shall not be named.
That's right. I don't even know the name of it, so I can't name it. And they didn't try to remake the old movies. They didn't try to do anything too different, but it was different. That was the thing. It was building onto it and connecting it to the past.
Afterlife.
Not trying. Yeah. Afterlife was connecting it to the first two movies, I'll say, and because we find out that one of or the family is a relative to Spangler.
Yep,
Egon. Yeah. And so I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was good, and I recently heard that there were people that didn't think that way. They said, "Oh, was this new one better than the last one?" I was like, "Was there something wrong with
what were they
last
watching?" I think they were watching that the female.
Well, that's what I asked somebody, because I said, "Do you mean the other one with the women in it or whatever?" And he's like, "Maybe that's what I'm thinking of." And I think he was just being nice. I think he genuinely thought that the previous one wasn't that great, which I went online and I was looking at something with the new one and saw other people commenting that similar things about Afterlife, and like, oh, I didn't realize there was such a large group of people that didn't like it. But
yeah, I don't know. I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very emotional, like family-driven movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like not like a family-friendly movie, but like an emotional family movie where this family is trying to come back together, and it brings the Ghostbusters back together. And this new one, Frozen Empire, was more of a, for lack of a better word or phrase, Busted Makes Me Feel Good movie. Where you're getting back into the real. I mean, there was Ghostbusting in Afterlife, but this one was more like.
Well, that was the setup for this one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You've got to learn the characters, and there were some, like you said, there were some Ghostbusting in that one, and we got to see a few of the previous characters there. But this one really brought everybody in, which is kind of gimmicky, right? You just bring them all in. That's going to bring everybody to the movie, right? You're going to get to see them all. But I thought it was done well.
It was done well too.
They played their characters well. It wasn't. They weren't the same exact person. They were like an older version of their character.
Yeah.
Which was correct, because they were old. And, but I think that made it funny, and so I didn't have a problem with any of it.
Did you watch the old cartoon?
I didn't. No.
This movie felt like a story from the old cartoons.
Sure.
And I think they took a lot of stuff from the old cartoons, but it felt like that, and so that was a little nostalgic too.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun seeing like Slimer, but it was also really cool seeing a new big bad villain.
This is a really scary villain. Real quick about Slimer, though, I thought the Slimer scenes were kind of weird.
Oh, really?
Kind of shoehorned in there because it didn't have anything to do with the rest of the story. It felt like it was just something to bring back another character from the previous movies and have something to do with the guy from Stranger Things.
In the that's sort of a callback to the cartoon, I think, because in the cartoon, Slimer basically lives at the firehouse.
Yeah.
And he becomes like their, not pet, but like their mascot sort of.
No, yeah.
He just hangs out and stuff. So to me, it was like, oh, so they're saying, so they're going back, and like Slimer's just been living here for years.
Sure. Yeah.
And he's just hanging around, and it's good to see him.
Yeah, and that was that way in I think in 2 probably as well, right? He was a fixture of the firehouse, I think, or at least in they always ran into him, or the first one maybe, I don't remember, but
the second one, when I think you see him in New York somewhere. I forget. It's been a while since I've watched the second one.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't even remember much of the second one. And there for a while, I used to get them confused. Like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was in the first one, but I always want to put him in the second one. But it wasn't.
The second one's
the Statue
Vegal.
of Liberty with the slime and all that. You know, the pink slime.
Vegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I liked it. It is the little Stay Puft Marshmallows coming back for this one because they were in Afterlife.
Right.
Coming back for this one was a little weird, but they explained it, I think, that because it was like they were destroyed, so then why are they still here? But I guess Ray snuck some out and took them back with them to mess with them or whatever, experiment with them. But I love this. I love the story. So what did you? Because I know the one actor you've been sort of like, I don't really care for that actor. What did you think of him in the movie?
I guess we're talking
fire
about
starter or whatever.
Okay. It was okay. He was he's not my favorite. But I thought he had his moments when he was funny, and it was kind of weird how, I mean, they did try to build it up where he's learning about his power and trying to move fire, but then all of a sudden he's like a master of it. It's like, oh, okay. But I mean, it's fine. I don't care. It was still fun, and it was funny seeing him come out with the whole get up that his ancestors wore, but it was required, because that kept him safe, I guess. But
for me, the breakout star of the movie was Mr. James Acaster. He's a British comedian. He played the engineer guy that basically worked on stuff and made new stuff. He's on Taskmaster, one of my favorite seasons of Taskmaster. If you haven't watched that, you should watch it on YouTube. I thought he was funny, and I liked expanding the world of ghostbusting from just the 4 guys in a firehouse to this whole company that's developing new things, and they sort of have their own black ops unit and stuff. And
it's kind of weird how they kept it from them. But it's they probably did it for their own good, because they would have maybe hurt themselves, and it was still all being tested, right? It wasn't like they were out there using the stuff necessarily, but they were trying to figure out ways to bust ghosts and what to do with them.
Busting makes me feel good.
It does.
So I really enjoyed the movie. I want to watch it again. Even, people were sort of bashing on the spoilers. I guess we should have said that at the beginning. Busting on the busting, on the ghost girl.
That was a little strange, and it was a little strange that I can't think of her name, but
McKenna, this actress, McKenna Grace.
The main girl, the main girl, that she would just go out in the middle of New York and play chess in the middle of the night. That was kind of weird. It was. There were some things with that it made it kind of weird. With that whole relationship.
I get what they're doing, and it's also weird because,
but
except for Afterlife. With Egon's ghost, most ghosts that you see in Ghostbusters are like crazy looking, weird looking, evil looking, gross looking, and then you just have this little girl that's like, "Hi, I'm a teenager just like you,
and she's on fire.
I'm on fire, and it's so cool." Like, so that was sort of strange and sort of weird,
sure.
Because and then you have Slimer that's just like, blah, blah,
blah.
This is an angsty teenage girl looking for my family.
But I kind of cut us off on the main villain of this one, with the big long horns, and I mean, he was super scary, right? I'm trying to think about watching the first ones and how I felt about those. Like, was I scared watching those ghosts, or watching I mean, the not the Stay Puff necessarily, but the Destructors. You know what's the what's his name? Not Goro. What is the main ghost in the first one?
Go ahead.
No, I've said it all now. It starts with a G.
Yeah, let's go with Goro. I like that.
Goro, okay. Or Zool.
Zool.
Zool, thank you. Okay.
I'm Goro.
I have 4 arms.
Zool. And the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper and the Demon Dogs.
Yeah, the Demon Dogs. I mean, I don't know that I found that scary. Probably the scarier part was the librarian at the beginning. You know, whatever. You know.
Yes. She makes an appearance in this one. She's back.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the second one, I don't think that was necessarily scary.
No.
But this one definitely would have scared me. It's like deep, dark kind of.
Yeah, scary. They had a lot of scary stuff in this one.
A demon.
I mean, not scary for us because we're in our 40s, but, you know. No, but yeah, this one was more towards the horror side of stuff than the sort of spooky comedy elements. Right. The ghosts were, I mean, it wasn't scary, but even there's a big dragon, just ghost dragon going through the city, and and then of course the big bad, which I forget the big bad's name in this one.
No,
I don't know why I forget it. Somebody built a big puppet of it and brought it to the movie that I saw, and they were walking it around the theater. So that was pretty cool.
I wouldn't put it past somebody doing that at like a Comic-Con or Comicpalooza.
Yeah.
Main villain. Trying to look it up now. Garaka.
Right? Sure, that's fine.
Sounds right. It's kind of like Goro.
Works for me. It's Goro.
Yeah. So he's got these long horns coming out of his head that he attaches back to his head that were taken from a long time ago.
From because he some king or somebody thought he was getting too much power, so they
like a pharaoh or something. Maybe
took him of his horns, and then that made him mad, and he went crazy, and then the fire starters put into that. I thought the big sphere thing was cool and how it got released.
That was neat.
Yeah, I mean, I just liked it all. I liked it. I want more. I think there's more they can do now that they've set up, you know, that they're all busting back in New York. I think there's more stuff they can do. It was funny. Here's a thing that when I watched it, I was like, what? Yeah. So at the beginning, when they get brought into the mayor's office, and it's the old guy, which I don't know how he got elected the mayor.
Yeah, he wasn't the mayor in the first movie.
No, he was like this underling that at the end of the movie everybody hated, but somehow he gets elected the mayor.
Sure.
So he brings him in the office, and he's, you know, furious because he still hates the Ghostbusters. And his big comeback, his big thing is, "Oh, you're underage. You're not allowed to work.
To bus ghosts.
You're not allowed to bus ghosts. You're underage. You got to go. You're on the sideline now."
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no. Like, the rest of us can still do it.
What's that too? I don't know.
And then she gets mad because she can't, because they're like, nope, sorry, the mayor said you couldn't bus ghosts.
Hey, at least she's a rule follower, right? It's not a bad trait.
Well, she wasn't a rule follower.
No, actually she wasn't. Yeah,
but she went out and made a bigger mess.
Yeah.
Destroyed that lion. But that was cool. The ghosts, they brought in like a sort of a poltergeist. It was just cool. I liked it. It was there was a lot of throwbacks. There was a lot of nostalgia. Yeah. There was new stuff thrown in. There's some character building. Sure. I thought the story was cool. Yeah, I think it sets it up for more movies. Did you stay for the after credit scene?
I did. I looked it up on my phone. I was like, do I need to stay?
Yeah.
So we
So
stayed.
that was sort of fun.
Yeah.
The little marshmallow Stay Puft's still a big Stay Puft truck.
Yeah.
So who knows what they're going to do with that? An army going to form a giant again? I don't know. But I think there's potential for more movies. I know that there's an animated series coming to Netflix.
Yep.
So Ghostbusters is not dead.
Not dead. Well, the ghosts are.
The ghosts are. It was funny that they've been storing those ghosts in this containment unit, and they were just like, just leave it here.
Yeah. I guess I never really thought about what happened to the ghosts. I knew they went to the containment, but it's like, what? And I started thinking about it while I was watching it. I was like, what did happen to them? Like, did they just kind of dissolve? Are they still all in there from 1984?
Yeah, that's a throwback to the cartoon. There was like at least one whole episode where they send Slimer into the ghost containment to find another ghost, and it's like a whole other world where all the ghosts are just living in there on this weird planet-looking place.
Yeah,
it's like Mars or something, and they're just like all hanging out in there, living in the containment unit. Yeah. Yeah. Which they just showed. There was just a new trailer for the new Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
All these cool 80 things are coming back.
Yeah.
It's fun for us.
It is fun. It kind of makes me nervous for what they might do next. And don't touch some of these movies. It's like, don't touch my Back to the Future.
You don't want Tom Holland Back to the Future?
No, I don't need any of that. Or Goonies. I don't need anybody to touch Goonies or. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll do something.
I like these continuations.
Mm-hmm.
So if somehow they could do continuations of those movies, it might be good. But I'm not a big fan of reboots where they're just like, like what they did with that other Ghostbusters movie, where they're just like, let's just reboot the thing. I'm not a fan of those, taking movies that we beloved and said, let's just do it over, but a little different.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
So continuation of the Ghostbusters has been great. Continuation of Beetlejuice will probably be cool.
Yep. They did Tom Cruise, Top Gun with Maverick. That was a good continuation, right?
Yeah. So 80 stuff's coming back, continuing on.
Yep.
I think it's the perfect time because for a lot of those movies we love, the original actors are still around, so they can be part of the projects.
One of the things they did when we were in college, I guess, was or just gotten out of college, was Charlie's Angels. Like that was from the 70s, right?
Yeah.
And those were awesome. And they did bring back some of the original actresses from that one, so that was cool. But those are really good. So
so we'll see what's next. Hopefully,
Fall Guy is coming out soon too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is weird. I don't think it's gonna, I don't know.
They just did a new what's the dude's a bouncer at a bar. I think it was Patrick Swayze.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, they just did a new Roadhouse. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's not a continuation.
Right.
They're just redoing the movie because it's like, well, we got this movie over here. Let's redo it. I'm not a big fan of those. But this, where they're like bringing back nostalgia and they're bringing back the original characters and with a continuation of the story that sort of shows that this universe is still out there living on, and now we get to experience it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's still a ton of Ghostbusters fans.
Yes.
I mean, I was in a whole theater of them. Oh, here it comes. If you're watching on YouTube.
So if you're not watching, if you're just listening, for Comicpalooza, I was trying to come up with an idea. We decided since Ghostbusters is coming out, we should do Ghostbusters. So I was like, I want to make the helmet that Rick Moranis' character wears, the Keymaster. So I found parts and I made one, and it's pretty close.
There it is. It looks wonderful from here.
The chin strap's not quite right, but it's okay. I got to figure out I'm trying to put it on crooked. So the helmet did make an appearance in the movie as well with the guy that I don't care for, but they put it on him to analyze his brain and figure out if he was really a fire starter or whatever he was, if he's crazy or something. But no, I'm excited to wear this. I'm
the whole time.
The whole time at Comicpalooza. Better because it ended up being a lot more expensive than I intended it to be because I had to buy all these parts and source them. But it was
like an old TV and just like tear it apart.
Yeah. The wire wasn't too bad. It's these not capacitors, but resistors that are super big, like these things here and these over here. That they're just hard to find, and then the spacers for these white pieces they were kind of hard, but I eventually found them. And
so, are you doing the whole outfit, or are you just doing that?
I'm not going to do the outfit because in the original movie, he wore a yellow pullover. Yeah. Long sleeve pullover underneath a long sleeve button down shirt that was kind of button crazy, and like brown slacks and brown shoes and all this. Will be in Texas.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be
like maybe in the low 90s,
You'd probably like a short sleeve button up shirt that's all messed up.
Yeah. So my thought is maybe I'll buy or have a yellow t-shirt underneath. With a blue short sleeve button down. I was trying to find one that had stripes, but I'm like, it doesn't really matter. And then,
it would be cool.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about it on here on live.
Yeah, why not?
If you take like a button up shirt, it'd have to be one you don't care about, and like cut it and burn it and singe it, and like sort of like in the movie when he comes out of the. Yeah. So it's sort of like a cross between when he wears the hat and when.
Yeah,
I guess that is when because when he comes out of the.
So no,
that's before. That's before he goes into that. But just sort of, it would you could put like just dirt on you.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. As long as you're running around the aisles of Comicpalooza, acting like a madman,
asking
looking
people
for the
gatekeeper. Yeah,
and I'm chasing behind you, trying to track you down.
Track me down.
We'll have a big show of it.
We'll see. See what happens.
We're going to get you out of your shell. You're just going to be running around all crazy. And then people are going to want to take pictures with you. And I'll be like, hey, I'm in my Ghostbuster outfit. Picture?
We'll be a duo this time.
No, they're like, no. Just stand over there. We just want pasta head. What's going to be really funny is if people come up to you, oh, are you dressed as the fire starter?
Right. No.
And you're like, no.
No, I don't know. It'll be interesting. The people I've shown it to so far, of course, I knew they would know what it was from before the movie came out. But then even some people at work that weren't quite sure, they're like, oh yeah, I remember that. And, we have this lady that comes over and tutors my son on the French horn. Yeah. And it was sitting on our dining room table as I'm building it, or kitchen table. And I'm actually kind of tweaking some things on it and working, and she's like, oh my gosh, what is that? And I was like, and I told her, and she's like, that's what I thought it was. That's so awesome. I can't wait to see it. So
it's so cool. It's cool. It looks like it's
proud of it. So yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but
it's perfect for me.
Perfect for me.
I'm excited. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We try to get Chris to do Ghostbusters with us. He's like, I don't want to. Whatever. But I think the Houston Ghostbusters will be there, so we'll have to go track them down and see them and show off your hat.
Yeah.
And they'll probably love it, and they'll make you a member and tell me to take my spirit backpack and kick bricks or whatever. Hit the road.
Oh, it'll be fun. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, we will. And I'll bring Star Wars stuff too.
Yeah, and there's been a lot more celebrities announced.
Yes.
I learned that I didn't know how to pronounce Rebecca Romaine's name today. I was told my wife, I was like, yeah, Rebecca Romijn's going to be there. It's not even spelled like that. And she's like, who? From Ugly Betty, and was also in X-Men and all that. Yeah, she's like, Rebecca Romaine? I was like, it has a J in there. There's no Hey, what are you talking about?
We're gonna run into her in the elevator. That's to be
I
the one
know.
person we see in the elevator, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, hello, Miss Ronjen."
So that was fun. But then Buck from Deadpool will be there. He's apparently used to be in wrestling or something. The guy that played Buck in Deadpool, right? Randall something or other, or his last name was Randall. I don't know who he was. He looked like Bam Bam Bigelow. I was like, is that Bam Bam Bigelow? But it didn't say that. But that
Somebody from Star Trek.
somebody from Star Trek that was like pre Captain Kirk. So I'm not familiar with the
It wasn't.
latest
I
movie.
thought it was a. Oh yeah, it's one of the new ones, right?
Yes, new movies, but pre Captain Kirk is what they're
Gotcha.
saying.
Yeah.
Like the pre, but he's also in Inhuman, and I wish I could say his name. I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
But also in Doctor Strange, the last movie, what it was called, the
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Supposedly, he was one of the Doctor Stranges.
Oh,
or something.
He was the
or something in there.
The Inhuman that.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. He was
that.
Okay.
His power is his voice, so he can talk.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was reading. I don't know. I forgot his name, so this isn't helpful. But then one of my favorites that's going to be there, which is I'll have to take something.
John Cena. Oh. He's going to be there though. John Cena.
Oh no, it's somewhere. My Claptrap is somewhere.
Oh yes, he's going to.
Voice of Claptrap is going to be at Comicpalooza, so that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Probably not gonna. I don't know who was going to be the voice in the movie. Didn't they announce it?
Black.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Which everybody, when the trailer came out, like, why didn't they just get the original voice for Claptrap?
Right, because it's not like it's a person.
Yeah. Well, it is a person but...
on the screen, right?
Voice,
yeah. Yeah.
We're just gonna have Jack Black dressed up in a costume.
But and then there were some other people that I can't remember right now, but
yeah, there's a few. I think they're still announcing people.
Yeah, I think so.
End of May 24th through the 26th.
Oh, there was a video game voice. There's a lady that is from the Resident Evil games, like is one of the main characters in there. I was like, that's pretty cool.
So we'll see. I'm sure we're forgetting people that are going to be there.
Oh yeah, there's lots. There's some Office people that are going to be there.
That's what I'm excited about. Creed from The Office.
Creed from The Office, and
the Scranton Strangler.
Yeah. So I'm sure they'll have a panel because there's at least 3.
Yeah, there's three of the Office people going to be there.
Yeah, and then there's 2 from Napoleon Dynamite. One being John Heater, and then Pedro. I can't think of the actor's name for Pedro, but they'll be there. So I bet they'll do something.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Fun times.
I'm just looking for them to add more Star Wars people because they have the actress.
They have little Leia,
that played little Leia. So it's like surely she's going to be with somebody else.
I don't know.
They're just
she's passing through. Maybe she lives around here and she's just like
she lives in
pop over.
Just
pop over.
I'll just pop over. I got no school that day.
School that day. I'll pop over and say hi. Well, cool. Well, I mean, we gave I guess that was our review of our.
That's our review.
We loved it. Chris saw it too, but he wasn't here to give his review of it.
He liked it.
He liked it. He said
it was good.
It's good. It's good. But hopefully we'll start having some more guests come in. We'll have some more fun stuff coming up with new stuff. The new Fallout show's just started. We haven't got to watch it yet.
Yeah,
but I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Yep, that'll come up.
There's new crystals on iamGEEKshop.
Yes, new iamGEEK crystals
just dropped. Yeah, they're sort of mystery crystals because if you watch the Clone Wars animated series, there's an episode called The Gathering where they take young Padawans to find their Kyber crystals, and a Kyber crystal always starts out as clear. They're all clear, and then when person finds it, Padawan finds it, when they bring it back, it will they'll bond with it, and it will turn the color. So this one, you go on iamGEEKshop, you find the Gathering listing, and then you click on it, and there'll be paths to choose from. So there's like peace and justice, and power, elemental, and protection, defense. You pick what you're drawn to. So if you're all about justice, so you pick justice. And then when you get the crystal, when it ships to you from the caves of Illum,
when Yoda ships it to you.
Yeah, when Yoda ships it to you, put it in your lightsaber, and you'll find out what color it is. Or put it over a light source, any light source. It could be the camera on your phone, or the light on your phone, and it will shine that color, whatever it is.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah. And if you're like, well, I'm General Grievous, and I just can't choose one. I want them all. Then
you can get them all.
There's the Crystal Cave collection that includes all 7. Yes, I said 7.
Wow.
The 7th one you can only get with that collection. It's the rare black Kyber crystal.
Very cool.
And that comes with a stand that lights up, so you can just put them on the stand, on your shelf, on your desk, or wherever, and they'll always be lit up to the colors the mystery colors that they are that you bond with. So there you go. I think I may bring out that stand by itself, where you can just purchase, because I did make the stand where it will work with the ones you buy at Disney too.
Okay.
So you can put your ones from Disney on that stand too.
Cool. Yeah.
Light up. So I'll probably bring that out separate too, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you want the whole collection, I think it's a really cool little crystal. It looks like you popped it right out of a cave somewhere.
Yeah, it's definitely doesn't look like any other crystal that I've seen. At least I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then I have some more that I'm working on that are little lanterns that light up.
Yeah,
so those are cool coming out too. But anyways, iamGEEK Shop on Etsy. Please go over there, at least check it out, and let me know what you think. But I guess it's time. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to say goodbye to another iamGEEK.
Yes. Until the next time.
But
next week.
Oh, yes.
We'll be living with the land speeder, Lord willing, right?
Lord willing, if the creek don't rise. Right? That's the old saying?
Yeah, that's the old saying.
If the creek don't rise, we'll be recording Live with the Land Speeder. Will we have a guest? I don't know. Will Derek be there? Maybe.
We'll be there.
Is he listening right now? I hope so. Hey, Derek, if you're listening.
Hey, Derek.
But I don't know what attraction. We'll be doing a new attraction.
Yeah.
Last week, go watch or listen to the Carousel of Progress Star Wars Vacation episode because Katrin knocked it out of the park. I wanted him just to delete mine and delete Derek's and just his.
No.
Because he knocked it out of the park. You got to go watch it or listen to it because it was a beautiful masterstroke of Star Warsifying an attraction.
It was fun.
Loved it. He's being modest. It was really good. I want that. I want that version of it.
It'd be great.
Yeah. So anyways. Yeah. But thanks for joining us on episode 294 of iamGEEK. We'll be back in 2 weeks with something new, something fun, and of course, something geeky. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.